देवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी
देवकी
परमानन्दं
परमानन्दम्
कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् आदौ देवकी देवगर्भजननं गोपीगृहे वर्धनम् मायापूतना जीवतापहरणम् गोवर्धनो धारणम् कंसाधी छेदनं कौरवादि हननं कुन्ती सुता पालनम् एतद् श्रीमद्भागवतं पुराणकथितं श्रीकृष्णलीलामृतम् अहमेवासमेवाग्रे नान्यद्यत् सदसत्परं पश्चादहं यदेतच्च योऽवशिष्येत सोऽस्म्यहम् ऋतेऽर्थं यत् प्रतीयेत न प्रतीयेत चात्मनि तद्विद्यात्मनो माया यथा भासो यथा तमः यथा महान्ति भूतानि भूतेषु च वशेष्वनु प्रविष्टानि प्रविष्टानि तथा तेषु न तेष्वहम् एतावदेव जिज्ञास्यं तत्त्वजिज्ञासुनात्मनः अन्वयव्यतिरेकाभ्यां यत्स्यात् सर्वत्र सर्वदा करारविन्दे न पदारविन्दं मुखारविन्दे विनिवेशयन्तम् वटस्य पत्रस्य पुटे शयानं बालं मुकुन्दं मनसा स्मरामि श्रीकृष्णगोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव जिह्वे पिबस्वा मृतमेतदेव गोविन्ददामोदरमाधवेति विक्रेतु कामा किल गोपकन्या मुरारिपादार्पितचित्तवृत्तिः दध्यादिकं मोहवशादवोचत् गोविन्ददामोदरमाधवेति गृहे गृहे गोपवधू कदम्बाः सर्वे मिलित्वा समवाप्ययोगं पुण्यानि नामा निपठन्ति नित्यं गोविन्ददामोदरमाधवेति सुखं शयानां निलये निजेऽपि नामानि विष्णोः प्रवदन्ति मर्त्याः ते निश्चितं तन्मयतां व्रजन्ति गोविन्ददामोदरमाधवेति जिह्वे सदैवं भज सुन्दराणि नामानि कृष्णस्य मनोहराणि समस्तभक्तार्तिविनाशनानि गोविन्ददामोदरमाधवेति सुखावसाने इदमेव सारं दुःखावसाने इदमेव ज्ञेयं देहावसाने इदमेव जाप्यं गोविन्ददामोदरमाधवेति श्रीकृष्णराधा वरगोकुलेश गोपाळ गोवर्धननाथ विष्णो जिह्वे पिबस्वा मृतमेतदेव गोविन्ददामोदरमाधवेति जन्मान्द्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादि चार्थेष्वभिघ्नस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदि कवये मुह्यन्ति यत् सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि सत्यं परं धीमहि satyam param dhimahi. So in the fifth canto, we'll be starting today the 14th chapter. Of course, still we are with King Rahugan and Bharatji, okay? But yes, we'll be starting the 14th chapter. So towards the end of last chapter, King Parikshit, because basically, we started 10 years back, so it is understood that you may not remember everything, but the whole Bhagwat started with Shukdev ji and King Parikshit. Okay, right. So towards the end of last chapter, Parikshit did request to Shukdev ji that in the last chapter that you did mention about Bhavatavi. Bhavatavi means it's a forest, okay, of that life, and when one can get lost in such a manner that he or she forgets his or her purpose, why he or she is here in this world. Why God has chosen me and given me a birth of human. So there must be some expectation. Okay. Am I fulfilling that? So he gets or she gets lost in this. Okay. Right. If we nowadays the phone, right? But if we don't write on a piece of paper when we go to mall, so we forget for what we are here. And another, all the tempting thing are there in the cart, and when we come back to home, oh man, I was supposed to buy this. So Bhavatavi means it's a jungle, it's a forest, and when person gets lost, I try to explain this, and I try to make this as simple as I can. Okay. So Parikshit did request Shukdevji, please explain me about that Bhavatavi. And of course, Shukdevji is there to show the right path to King Parikshit. Shukdevji is there to remove his doubts. So Shukdevji started saying that, O king, the Jeev means person, you, me, all. So person is living his or her life with trigun. Trigun means sattva gun, rajogun, tamogun. Okay? And with that, person is doing either auspicious or inauspicious, good or bad, or mixed. He keep on doing, he keep on acting. That's normally he does in his life. And according to his karma, he gets the new life. Okay. And for to experience that, what is happening in this world, okay, he got the senses and mind. So you can say there are 6 doors, 5 senses and the mind. Like the eyes, also one of the doors. Okay, touch, also one of the doors. Ears, also one of the doors. So these all, through these door, person experiences. Right? Okay. Simple thing. Somebody is playing music. How you would know it's good or not good? Through your ear. Only if you listen to it. Right? You see some beautiful scenery. How do you experience? Once you see with your eyes. And maybe you come across to see some accident that you hardly want to remember. So, good and bad, or the mix. Sometimes you experience good, sometimes you experience bad, and sometimes good and bad both. So these are the 6 door. And with these senses, Sukacharya says to Parikshit, with these senses, person really gets lost. Person really forgets that which is my path. My path is only and only to walk towards Almighty. But with these 6 doors, okay, with the mirage, okay, with the temptation, person gets caught. Achman, this is time now. Let me earn money. It's fine. I will do Mara when I reach 50. but but who gave you guarantee that you are going to reach 50? Now when? Even I mean it's a misunderstanding among the society and the people, even the youngster, young boy, girl wants to start read the Gita. The elder will say, no, this is not your time. Because they have fear in their mind that if he or she reads Gita, maybe he will renounce everything, maybe become monk, sadhu. But As we know, Bhagavad Gita is a dialogue between Bhagwan Krishna and Arjuna on the battlefield. And be it Bhagwan Krishna or Arjuna, both are householder. Neither Krishna nor the Arjuna were monk. They were householder. So, just by reading or studying, I mean, reading is one thing. In fact, we need to study the Gita. We need to study the scripture. Reading is one thing. Reading can apply to novel or the story book or the comics or the newspaper. Scriptures are there to study. Anyway, so just by studying or reading the Bhagavad Gita, how can you say that the my boy or my girl will become monk? No. So basically what we are discussing here, that with this all temptation in this material world, forgets everything, forgets his real path. And then they have in Bhagavad, they have even compare this. It's even worse than the cemetery. Because in cemetery, people burst the body once. Here, every day. And still doesn't want to live. And doesn't want to give up. That's the reality. Okay. Before we start writing, you'll be writing verse 1. Shree Sukha said, by the operation of the forces, by the operation of the forces of Prakriti, Prakriti, Prakriti means nature. Of the forces of Prakriti, known as Sattva, Sattva, known as Sattva, Rajas, Rajas, and Tamas, Tamas. Forces of Prakriti known as Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. The Jivas, who mistakenly identify themselves with the body, get repeated embodiments according to their karmas, which are either which are either meritorious, comma, demeritorious, or mixed, full stop. The six senses, of man are the prime factors, for the jiva's involvement, in sansara, comma, sansara means material world, or transmigratory cycle, comma, with its never-ending experiences, of birth and deaths, full stop. It is the infinitely powerful Maya comma, the will of the Lord, comma, that has pushed the jiva into this path of sansara, full of perils, perils, full of perils and difficulties, full stop, for the enjoyment of the fruits of their actions, the jivas have been put
It's 20 hours.
On this path in the forest of sansara, which is as impure which is as impure and weird as a cremation ground. And weird as a cremation ground. Full stop. But in spite of these, comma, but in spite of these, comma, they persist in their travel they persist in their travel through that forest like greedy merchants in quest of wealth. Full stop. They continue to perform selfish actions comma, however difficult that may be, comma, and prolong their involvement in sansara indefinitely, comma, in place of cutting it short, by following the footsteps of holy ones who are absorbed in the bliss of the Lord's lotus feet. Full stop. The six senses of man are the robbers that attack him in the forest. Full stop. So that is verse 1. Okay. It's like a full paragraph. Okay. But we do not want any problem afterwards. So please check once again. Okay. Because as I always tell you, it's nice that you always writing. So whenever you can just access to it and check it. So if it is written wrong, then It can confuse you, right? Okay, start checking that. Shree Sukha said, by the operation of the forces of Prakriti, known as Sattva, Rajas and Tamas, full stop. The Jivas, who mistakenly identify themselves with the body, get repeated embodiments according to their karmas, which are either meritorious, demeritorious, or mixed, full stop. The six senses of man are the prime factors for the jivas involvement in samsara, or transmigratory cycle, which its never-ending experiences of births and deaths, full stop. It is the infinitely powerful Maya, the will of the Lord, that has pushed the jiva into the path of samsara, full of perils and difficulties, full stop, for the enjoyment of the fruits of their actions. The jivas have been put on this path in the forest of samsara, which is as impure and weird as a cremation ground, full stop. But in spite of this, they persist in their travel through the forest like greedy merchants in quest of wealth, full stop. They continue to perform selfish actions, however difficult they may be, and prolong their involvement in the samsara indefinitely, in place of cutting it short by following the footsteps of holy ones who are absorbed in the bliss of the Lord's lotus feet, full stop. The six senses of man are the robbers that attack him in the forest. Okay, so today we could do only one verse. We're going to stop here in today's discussion. Whatever you like, whatever you enjoyed, credit goes to all the scripture or the saint. Absolutely nothing belongs to me. Our main reference book in Gujarat is Krishna Sangar Sastri Ji, and English translation is Swami Tapasyanand Ji from Ramakrishna order. Okay, now Canto 10, chapter 10, verse 38. Vahani gunanu kathane shravanau kathayam hastau कर्मसु मनस्तव पादयोर्नः स्मृत्यां शिरस्तव निवासजगत् प्रणामे दृष्टिः सतां दर्शनेस्तु भवत्तनूनाम् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। लक्ष्मीनारायण भगवान की जय।